So what is Agile all about? Well, stick around and I'm going to give you 6 factors that answer that question for you. Good evening, Agile acquisition enthusiasts, and welcome back to the Underground Digital Tiki Bar. It's Friday night, and that means it's time for another episode of Agile Acquisitions and Alcohol. So cheers. All right, let's dive into those factors that make an Agile project Agile. All right, so we talk about Agile all the time. It is the way of the future for technology in the federal government, right? We got shirts made up, we're doing it, we're all in. But do we really understand what it is we're talking about? I thought today would be a good opportunity to get back to the basics and cover the fundamentals of what it really takes to have an Agile project. So number 1, a minimum viable product. This is something that you deliver to users early, and it's a minimum functionality. This is really the differentiator between Agile and Waterfall. But you don't just deliver something early and walk away. You deliver something early, and then you continue to iterate on that original delivery every couple weeks or every month or so on. And this is really important, right? Because this is what's giving value to the users often. Okay, this is what makes the difference between the extensive reporting required for a waterfall project where you don't know what you're getting to the very end, and an Agile project where you're getting something in the hands of users quickly. So with that, number 2, user testing, usability. Make sure what you're giving to users is something that they want, they need, it meets their understanding and definition. Because if you think about it, you know, in our traditional waterfall projects, we have big training requirements. But under Agile, it should be like any other technology in your life. You're only minimalistically training users because it's so intuitive. The reason it's intuitive is because you involved users in the design of form and function of that product. Number 3, you got team communication. You can't have your team completely dispersed across the country not communicating. You can certainly have teams dispersed. A lot of times it's really a really good idea to allow developers to work at the contractor's facility, for example. They can save costs, they might be more effective. You might get access to contractors that aren't interested in working in the region where your office or agency might be located. But if you're going to do that, then you gotta, and even if they are together, you gotta have great communication tools. There's all sorts of tools out there. There's Slack, there's Jira. It depends on what aspect of the development that you're communicating on, but all of these tools help bring together the team so that everybody knows what's going on all the time and is able to make changes right away and understand when new information's coming in. Teams need to be small. Number 4, you want to make sure that you have small teams with minimal levels of bureaucracy in between them and management. The team should be focused, high caliber resources that are committed to delivering the products, committed to doing the user testing and the design, committing to following the process. Number 5, well, what is all this process about? It's about a backlog. The backlog is what replaces your system requirement document, a 500-page contractually obligating document. Your backlog is a living, breathing document that's constantly getting updated with user requirements, user needs, bugs, things that are identified through the process, through the development process and the user testing, and as you roll out the minimum viable product and then subsequent releases. And then finally, number 6, what makes Agile Agile is version control. The whole concept of Agile development is that you build small, you fail small, and you can fail small, and that's okay because with version control you can easily roll back to the previous version that was working, that didn't have the issues that you're dealing with in this new release. Those problems now go into the backlog, probably highly prioritized to be fixed, and you can then re-release that new functionality on the next iteration. So there you have it, 6 key factors to making Agile work. I hope you enjoyed this. Please, question for you, how are you implementing Agile in your agencies or your companies? Share them here in the comments section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these 6 factors. Maybe there's other factors that you think I left out. Go ahead and put them in the comments below. Of course, as always, remember, subscribe to this channel. The more you subscribe, the more I can invest in time and energy into making these videos for you if you're finding them useful. So with that, till next week, cheers.